Welcome to Grafted in Him, to this section of Times of Restoration. My name is Ashley Sellers, and today in episode 13, we have an interesting topic that we're going to be talking about. I felt in my heart this week that I needed to share this with you, with whoever needs to hear this. And so today's topic is the hustle should not require you to sacrifice your health, okay? So I know that right now everyone's into, the hustle, the side gig, the working crazy hours, and, making all the money you can, however you can. Because of, so many things that have been happening in the last, 2 year and a half. Everyone is now looking into having their own thing and not relying fully on one, income. And so in this type of environment, because I was in this environment too, for a while, I have heard many people saying, sometimes I just have some goldfish crackers and soda and call it a day. Or the no sleep till whatever, till you hit whatever goal. And for a long period of time, I did live like that. And even though I did reach some goals, I was honestly not happy. And I was feeling like crap 90% of the time because I wasn't getting enough sleep. I wasn't eating well. I wasn't taking care of myself. My obsession, my whole focus was my business, was whatever I was doing to make money, to help others make money. That, my focus was money, money, money. And, biblically speaking, it's also, not correct. It really affects your heart and your focus and your mind. And my husband was starting to tell me there's some things that you're doing that it's not you. He knows me very well, and he was right. And it took me a while to realize that, but, God sometimes lets us go and do what we're doing until he decides to pull you back and say, that's enough. Let's focus on what I really called you to do. And so that's just my experience. But I want to focus on talking about this and when it comes to your health, how this affects you. So let me tell you, I tried that, I did that, and it didn't go well. I reached many goals, like I said, but I felt like crap 90% of the time. And that was not contributing to my happiness, okay? And so let's get into some facts. Research shows that constantly needing to be under the hustle, that it's almost like an addiction. You get addicted to this because it actually shows that you're running off of high adrenal and cortisol levels. And I have a video talking about that, okay? That you can go back to on YouTube or here in Grafted in Him and watch that video for more information on those two hormones. But research shows that constantly needing to be under that hustle mode, so constantly having to feel like you need to be doing something, you need to be working, you need to be having your schedule full, or no wasting time, not all of that stuff. Is that pressure is actually a reflection that you are running off adrenaline and high cortisol levels, okay? Research also shows that this is linked to emotional trauma, okay? I was honestly shocked when I was reading that abstract online, and I was looking at, there's many research and many articles that talk about that. And many psychologists have also shared about that. So it shows that it also is linked to emotional trauma. So things that you still are struggling with internally that maybe you're not realizing that you're struggling with that, but it resurfaces in this way. So do you feel like you need to overwork yourself to the point of exhaustion and then keep pushing yourself even further past that? If that's you, I know what that feels like. Are you ignoring hunger, pain, fatigue, or personal needs, all in the name of productivity and success? So if you are ignoring your personal needs, what your body is telling you, our bodies are constantly sending us messages. It's constantly telling us what it needs, what we need to do. We just decide not to listen. And some people just don't know what it means that their body is telling them, okay? So if you are one of those people, it's okay. I know how that feels. I was like that. I was doing that for a while, and it didn't turn out very well for me. So we can have all the money in the world and all the time freedom in the world to do whatever we want, but if we do not have health, and if we do not administer that time and that money wisely, what's the point of having all of that? It can be here today, but not tomorrow. You can have all the money in the world. You can have all the time freedom in the world to do whatever you want, but if you're not healthy, you won't be able to do anything with that money. All that money's gonna go down the drain on medical bills. And you work yourself to be sick, basically. So there's nothing wrong, and let me get this straight, there's nothing wrong with working hard. I believe in working hard, okay? My parents have taught me to work hard and to be disciplined, and my husband does the same thing. However, neglecting ourselves, neglecting our needs, and putting the hustle and the working hard all the time above God, above our principles, above our family, above our health is it's going to not really give us the best results. You might have a lot of money, you might have a lot of success in the world, but generally you're not going to be happy. You're going to be sick. Your family's going to be a disaster. Okay? So I would rather live in a corner underneath a bridge with my family and have health before having to sacrifice my family and my health for money and fame and all of those things. And I think that also has to do with your principles and, your ethics and how you were raised. But I think that's a heart thing and something that has to do with your mindset. But in the long run, it is going to affect your health. So I want to go to Ecclesiastes 3, chapter 3, verse 1 to 8, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation. It says, a time for everything. For everything there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to harvest, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build up, a time to cry and a time to laugh, a time to grieve and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to turn away, a time to search and a time to quit searching, a time to keep, a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be quiet and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. So God designed that there was going to be a time for everything. There's a designated time for everything. There's a designated time to eat. There's a designated time to sleep. There's a designated time to wake up. And your body knows that. And it tells us when that time is. So we need to listen to our body when it tells us it's time to wake up, it's time to sleep, it's time to eat, it's time to work out, it's time to relax, it's time for family. Emotionally and physically, our body tells us that, and we need to listen to that. I also want to go to Genesis chapter 2, verse 1 to 3. Genesis chapter 2, verse 1 to 3, also from the New Living Translation. So the creation of the heavens and the earth and everything in them was completed. So on the seventh day, God had finished his work of creation. So he rested from all his work. He rested from all his work. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy because it was the day when he rested from all his work of creation. Even God, even the Lord, the one who created heaven and earth, decided that it was necessary to rest. And so that's why he establishes the Shabbat, and of course, we've preached about that. He establishes that time to rest. It creates balance in our life. I've heard many entrepreneurs that say there's no such thing as balance. Yes, there is, and God establishes in the scripture. There needs to be balance in our life, okay? Because if not, other areas are going to be affected. I have had clients that come to me at a point of a total burnout, and they have no idea what is coming for them if they continue in that path and not listen to their body. So they have no idea what's coming. They have no idea how to prevent it. So when they come to me, I'm able to see that you're in a point of like total burnout, and this is what's going to happen in a few years if you continue in this path. That's that choice, but then there's the choice where you can prevent it doing this, and that. So that's why it's so important to always meet with an iridologist, because we're able to see that. You can go to the doctor, get labs, do all this stuff, and talk to them about it. They don't know that. They can't tell you that, okay? Proper nutrition is necessary. Skipping meals, eating junk is not going to provide your body what it needs to properly regenerate itself. Your body is regenerating itself every single day if you give it what it needs to do it. To heal and to function properly. Food, it's not for pleasure. It's a basic human need for our body to regenerate itself, to prevent further issues, to heal, to function properly. It is fuel, it's energy, it's instructions for our cells, okay? That's what food is meant to be, and that is the function of food in our body. Sleep is also crucial. Not getting enough sleep does more harm than you think. Not getting enough sleep is taking that time of restoration, no pun intended, away from your body, okay? Everyone knows that sleeping is good for your brain and mood, but it is also important for every organ in your body. Your heart and your arteries need sleep. Your pancreas, your thyroid, your hormones, your brain, your liver, your reproductive system, everything in your body, every part of your body, every organ of your body, every cell in your body, your immune system, all of it needs that time of sleep, between 7 to 9 hours of sleep, okay? That is the time for your body to fast. When you're sleeping, those 7 to 9 hours, your body enters in a fasting mode, okay? That's the time for your body to fast and rest. And while you're resting, your body is going through certain processes that cannot happen. They cannot take place while you're awake during the day, okay? And these processes that are happening while you're resting and cannot happen while you are awake are very necessary for your overall health, okay? That's why your blood pressure goes down when you're sleeping, okay? Your pancreas regulate your blood sugar while you're sleeping, okay? Because it gives your arteries a break. When you don't sleep enough, your arteries tend to accumulate more calcium, okay? So sleep is extremely important. These things are considered basic, and everyone knows them. Everyone knows that they need to sleep. Everyone knows that they need to eat healthy. However, not everyone applies it or takes it seriously, okay? And trust me, it will catch up to you. It catched up to me, so it is going to catch up to people if they don't start making sure that they make sleep and nutrition a priority. Let's look at some statistics before we're almost done. In America, 70% of adults report that they obtain insufficient sleep at least one night a month, and 11% report insufficient sleep every night. It is estimated that sleep-related problems affect 50 to 70 million Americans of all ages and socioeconomic classes. This is just what has been reported, okay? There's many people that are struggling with sleep that have not reported it. So this is just what has been reported. So do your best to release expectations. Do your best to rest in the Lord. Do your best to release expectations, and whatever you're staying up late to work, I'm sure God will make sure that it works out according to His plans. We cannot add another day or another hour, okay, by worrying or just, obsessing about working on things. We need to just let things flow, rest in the Lord. And when you really focus on resting in the Lord, taking the time to sleep, taking the time to rest, taking the time for your family, taking the time for the Lord, taking the time to nourish, there's balance, there's harmony in your life, there's health. You can think better, you can think clearly, okay? Work smarter, not harder, okay? So whatever you're staying up late for will end up working out according to God's plan. So I hope this video was informative and of value for you, and I will see you on the next video. Shalom.